All right, what's up? All of the AJT jungle traders. We're turning it back into the jungle this year. We turned into lambs last year, but we're going to be tigers again. All right, so this weekend I was talking to a guy, prospective trader, or attempting to be a trader, and he asked me, what is the one word, if I could describe what the most important part of trading is in one word, what would that be? So can any of you guys think of what I said? All right, we got patience, got discipline, hell on earth. That's 3 words. All right, discipline, execution, patience, resilience. All right, all good answers. But look at this. Execution. Execution. Everything you guys talked about is encompassed in this. Because listen, the best trading strategies and the tightest trading plans are worthless if you can't execute. You can have all the patience and discipline in the world, but if you can't execute your trade according to plan, you're not going to make any money. He thought I was going to say psychology, but psychology is the biggest part of execution. Execution is a mental skill, not physical skill, mental skill first. Now, obviously, there's some in sports and stuff like that. Not only do you need the mental, but you've got to have the physical ability to execute it. Here in trading, you don't need physical ability. It's all mental ability. All right, so execution. Now, wouldn't it be cool if we had a button on our computer that we could just hit and just execute? That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Because we wouldn't have to worry about anything. We just hit the button and let it do the work. But that's crazy. That is crazy. And this is why journaling is so important. And you guys that have been looking to be a part of the high achievers society that we're doing, like I said, you can't buy your way into it. You got to work your way into it. You got to earn your way into it. And those of you that are taking this seriously and journaling your trades and identifying where your shortcomings are in executing your trade plan. For most of us, it is cool. We can do it perfectly while the trades are working out. But once they stop working, all of a sudden you think something's wrong. And that's not the case. So everything that we do in here, everything that I'm teaching you is about being able to execute. And even sitting here getting ready to take a trade and you sit here talk yourself out of it, that's a strike on execution. You're not able to execute. So that's something that all of this that we're doing, all of these programs, all of this education is about helping you be able to execute your trades. All right, so one more thing I want to share with you. I've got the current trading results tab updated, but I'm doing it a different way to make it easier for me, so I can just drop the file in. But if you go to the website, you click on current trading results, then you're gonna get this. You're gonna come to this page, and all you have to do is download the file. So what I'm doing is a PowerPoint that has the trade, the actual trade on it, every trade I took that day, plus at the end of that day, for that day, you're gonna have the P&L for that day. So it's gonna look like this, but one thing you have to pay attention to, this is what we locked in that day. Okay, this day trade P&L, this is based on having two stocks that still has active positions. So that's why this number is higher. This could be higher or lower than the net P&L. Okay, this is containing all the stocks that we still have on that I may be holding overnight. So this is from Thursday, and you guys knew I was holding Meta, or if you were still in the chat, you knew we were holding Meta and NVIDIA. If they were going to hold support, I was going to hold these overnight. So at the time of the aftermarket closing, these were both positive, but I had already locked. This is all I had locked in that day. All right, so that's how you're gonna read that. Every day you look at it, the net P&L is what we made that day. If the net P&L is negative and the day trade P&L is positive, then we locked in a negative day. All this is their positions we're holding overnight. All right, so I wanted to make sure you guys understood that when you look at the results. Now there will be, if you look at this, there will be another section with just earnings trades on it as well. So I'm going to separate the earnings trades because I have some people that are just focusing on earnings. They may have to work all day, or they may have to go to work early, so they can only trade pre-market earnings. Some can only trade aftermarket earnings, so that's going to be there. There's a lot of stuff that I have to do because being a one-man band, there's a lot that I had to get back on track and then try to make it easy for me to keep up with everything. So let's recap our day. Let's just start with Tesla for the hell of it. I think Tesla was the first stock I traded today. Let's blow this up so we can see it. All right, so here is the Tesla. We did an aggressive entry on Tesla. Now, I never have a problem taking an aggressive entry opposite the gap. Okay, if a stock gaps up, I'm not going to take an aggressive entry to the long side. If it gaps up, I'll take an aggressive entry, meaning when it breaks the pre-market low, I'm going to get in, and that's what you see here. I jumped short. These are two separate orders, me building a position. I jumped short, got the profit, got the first profit target, and then we came back, stopped out. Base hit. So here, Tesla, I did it again. I got in, but then when it pulled back, I was able to add. Got to the first profit target. Did not get the 218. I thought we could push through this level here and get the 218, but we couldn't. So that ended up being a base hit. Now, you could have traded this on a reversal off of this level and been taking profit through here. But I didn't trade a reversal, so there's no way I'm going to initiate a position shorting into all this support. No way. So no, I didn't get back in this. This is what I stay out of. Even if it would have been profitable today, the next 4 or 5 times it probably wouldn't have. And then the net for me working that strategy would be red, and that's not what we want. So that was Tesla. NVIDIA was the next trade. We confirmed under the 200. I could not short it into all of this. And even with me shorting it into this, it did bounce back and retest the 200 before it came down, and I was able to get my first profit. But then this thing started recovering, and I went ahead and bailed out. And you can see this thing turned around and it is bouncing. So another, this was base hit Monday, it seems like. On Netflix, another base hit. We got short under, we got short under the 200 and Friday's close. Got short, got my first profit target. And here we were, bouncing out. So I was closing it at break even. Well, honestly, no, let me tell you what happened. This is the one that I kind of messed up on. I got my base hit, but I forgot to put my stop in, and I missed taking it off at break even. So by the time I realized it, it only made sense for me to wait and see if we retest this. Now, if this hadn't have been such a big candle, I would have added and looked to take profit, as we were coming back through. But we didn't. This dipped and it got aggressively bought back up, so I was bailing out at break even. What I accidentally did was, instead of covering the 100 shares that I had left, I actually covered 300, so it put me long 200 shares. And I just put my order up here because I felt if it was going to reject, this is where it was going to reject. But it actually turned out to be a really nice reversal off of this. But I only, it wasn't my trade plan, and I wasn't comfortable doing this, and there were other stocks that I had my eye on. So I just went ahead and put my final target here and took the rest of it off. But I think that was the smartest thing for me to do. And honestly, outside of Tesla, that was the only long trade I made. The second trade on Tesla. But that was an accident. Microsoft. Last but not least, Microsoft. So here, I waited for it to get under the 200. Once we got under the 200, we got short, hit the first target. Honestly, this actually rotated down after I got in. This profit target was right around where the linear regression channel was. But we got it, base hit, got it again, and another base hit. So today was a day of base hits. And a lot of people don't understand that you should be happy with whatever the market gives you. I didn't get any of these big, wicked moves. Okay, I didn't get any of those today. I got all base hits. So I'm going to show you, because I'm pretty sure we don't have that many more trades out there today. But let me show you what base hits do. This is a morning of base hits. We made $2 grand. A morning of base hits. And you guys sitting here in this live trading room saw me take every one. You heard me rationalize every trade I took, even when I made a mistake. You heard me, say, look, I might as well let it test this. If it doesn't come back, or if it comes back and it holds, I could get out. And that's what I did. But then I accidentally added 200 more shares. So you know why I gave it the room that I gave it. All of this. And the day was just a day of base hits. So all of the stocks right now are kind of back up into its channel. Don't think I'm going to have any more. I'm going to try not to trade anymore unless we have something on earnings today. We're kicking off earnings season for us. We're kicking that off. But, here's Tesla. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. So what do we need to check? We're like 11:30, man. We got to check that linear regression channel. That's going to tell us where we're at. Look, we're under it. Next channel is 206. We got plenty of room. So let's wait till this candle closes. Let's wait and see when it closes, and if we're gonna take this next candle lower. That'll trigger our entry. But you can see we're pretty much sitting on this intraday support. We're pretty much sitting there. There is a daily level. Oh, I don't have one down unless I've got to double check, but $205.69. I have to double check, but that's all. That's the next one I got. So guys, this is what we're gonna look at for the next few minutes. If we do take this out, we'll get another trade. If not, we're going to lunch, because everything right now is stuck inside its intraday channel. And you know me, I do not trade inside that. That causes all kind of grief. And we don't need to do that. I call that the kill zone. And that's where the market sets up for you guys to get in, and you walk into their kill zone and they just pop you left and right. We don't want that. So that wraps up our morning. We'll be back here, I know, looking at earnings today. See if we have anything. The banks have pretty much done their thing, so we're ready to go.